Hey there, gorgeous. My name is Melissa, and I am also known as the Taropist, and I am going to be your tarot card reader. Guys, we are just going to do a little collective, whatever comes out reading. So we are going to freestyle it, and this could resonate for any placement of any sign at any time. This is obviously not going to resonate for everyone. However, if you would like me to be more likely to pick up on your personal energy in these collective readings, don't forget to engage with the channel in some way so that you can transfer your energy here onto the channel and into the readings. Some easy ways that you can engage are by liking or commenting on any of the videos or the community tab posts. You can certainly always share my content, and my personal favorite, and I think the most powerful way for us to exchange energy, is by you clicking that little subscribe button below. If you are going to subscribe, guys, to the channel and you'd like to be notified when I do upload or go live in the future, go ahead and click that little bell notification icon to all. Guys, I think that's all you really need to know. We are going to get jumping into the reading here, and I'm not even going to timestamp it this time because that was a pretty short introduction and I forgot all about the timestamp situation. So, guys, again, personal readings are listed in the description box below, and I think that's pretty much it. Anything else you would ever need to know about myself or the channel, you can find. Again, I already said this, and I can't get over it, but in the description box below, the channel description, or in on the community tab. Okay, let's get rocking and rolling. We are going to start out with these Moonology Oracle cards. Whoa, that was extremely aggressive, Melissa. All right, Moonology Oracle, you say. Okay. Conclusions are within reach. You're almost there. The finish line. Okay. There's something that's also, some of you actually have something that, like, either a class or a certification or something. You're so close to finishing here. It feels like you want to give up, but you know you're close, so you're not going to. But you're so close. That's what they wanted me to keep saying. And again, it feels like some of you will be graduating or getting a degree soon here, or finishing a certification, or there was something else, there could be a court case or something that you've been waiting on the answer to. Then the conclusion is within reach. Okay, it's like you don't know the outcome yet, but the outcome is coming. And I do want to say, it says confidence is your key to success. And I want to say something about, like, it's not decided yet. By the way, the conclusions are within reach for the court case. It does feel like there's still deliberating going on, and it's saying don't drop the ball now, or something like that. Don't drop your, oh, what is this, the fight, or something. That's like, don't, you think it's I want to say you think it's going to not end in your favor or end well for you, so you just want to give up. And I don't think by any means stop going to court, but you want to stop trying to plead your case. By the way, I think you're innocent, or whatever this is, but it's saying, and sorry, this is so specific, so that is probably for one person, but it is saying it's not over yet, even though it looks like it's sealed, and like I'm getting like a doom, like a stamp sealed. It's saying it's not over, and you are still, the outcome could still work in your favor, but even if not, there's a need to finish strong and integrally. Okay, I hope that makes sense. And then I see the scales, which is reminding me of the justice card, which is, that's, there will be justice. Please don't count yourself out here. Okay, a new romantic cycle begins as well. But because of those scales, because why are those scales, like on the justice card, that obviously the scales represent Libra, and that's why the new moon in Libra, but the justice card is coming to my head for me. And so it's like, yes, this is actually going to conclude in your favor, or at least not as bad as, it's like, but they're saying it's important that you do not give up now. Not, I can't explain what they're saying. It's like all of a sudden you're just going to, I want to say blow your cover, but I don't think you're necessarily wearing a mask. just there's something, probably if you're in a court case, you've been in the kind of lifestyle where you're in fight or flight mode and you had to survive childhood trauma and things like that. So we will self-sabotage when we think something is going to end against us or not in our favor. We will start self-sabotaging by getting aggressive and angry. And it's really it is fight or flight, and it's like feeling like you need to fight for your life because there is something that could end unfairly and against you, even though you didn't do whatever this is. And so then it's like, even if you didn't do whatever this is, if you kind of like, I want to say blow your cover again, but it's like, please believe that that raging, angry side of you, it is a part of you at this time. It's the part of you that feels the need to protect yourself because you've had to literally fight for your life, okay, in this lifetime. And your body doesn't know the difference between what you're going through now and literal fighting for your life, like against a shark or a armed gunman or something like that. So when you go into fight or flight mode, anything, that it doesn't, like I said, know the difference between, I'm getting that you have actually had that happen where you've been at gunpoint. So your body doesn't know the difference between the fight or flight that it's in now or the difference between that having a gun pointed to your head. So basically, then when you go into this fight or flight mode, the aggression is so unmanageable. It's your nervous system is whacked out and it doesn't know how to handle or regulate all of this. So they're saying, whatever it is you can do to regulate your emotions. This feels like the whole story, by the way. So I don't know, this might be for one person, but there's a strong need for you to do. I'm getting ashwagandha. Okay. So you cannot take any supplements that are certainly illegal at this time. So you need to try to find healthy and natural ways to regulate your nervous system. So ashwagandha is one of them that's coming through for you, and also a strong need to get out into nature. A natural body of water, the ocean would be ideal. Um, Rivers, lakes, and springs, but the ocean. If you can get into the ocean here before this, your next court date, and really sink into the water and ask the universe to heal your auric field or heal your nervous system. And um and then again, ashwagandha, they're asking you to, and then just learning how to pause. Practicing that is like, all the lingo, right? I'm getting that you've been watching you've been getting into spirituality for quite some time now. But it doesn't stop, like, getting into spirituality, believe me and trust me, because I know personally that just because we're getting into spirituality or awakening, it doesn't take away the body's kind of reaction or what is this? It's like this dysregulation of our nervous system that doesn't just heal in a day. And just because you know all the lingo and you know what you should do doesn't mean that in the moment of that fight or flight where you feel threatened, or your body doesn't know the difference between if you're actually at gunpoint or just feeling unsafe in, like, emotionally or mentally. So oh, baby, this hurts so bad, whatever this is. And I just want to say that I'm with you, okay? And that it's time to put all the work into action, okay? And this means like really practicing the pause in the moments where it's going to feel like you must fight for your life because you think things are about to turn against you. I even want to say the moment they say that you did not, that you are guilty, okay? The way you handle this, and though it sounds like I can't, I'm not an attorney, so but they're telling me that at that point the way you handle it is actually going to still affect your sentence or something. I hope this makes sense for you. So basically, the way, if you can handle it and show them that you can handle bad news with this new regulated nervous system, or your ability to pause and practice the spirituality, the things you've been learning, there is going to be some grace that you weren't expecting. The grace of God, first of all, but the grace of the system, and recognizing when somebody is coming from sometimes they check us out as hopeless if we can't regulate our nervous system in important moments like this, right? Because then how are we going to handle anything traumatic out in the real world if we can't handle a no inside of this court system or courtroom? I hope this makes sense for you. I'm going to get some tarot as well now. A lot of information already came through, but I didn't even get any tarot cards yet. And okay. The Queen of Swords. Libra here again. You could be a Libra very strongly now. The Strength card is what I was already talking about. And this is why I'm like, do I really need to do this? They're asking to remember everything you learned and make sure that you are getting enough sleep, eating enough nutrient dense foods. Your brain needs food, right? Our brains, the reason why 98% of us in the US for sure, and probably elsewhere as well, are mentally ill or mentally unstable. Some of it is because we've experienced childhood trauma and we don't know how to regulate our nervous system. But 90% of it is actually because we didn't know that we needed to feed our brain food, which is, I'm going to go ahead and say meat, but people are not happy with that, especially vegans. But we were meant to eat, I want to say raw and live meat, right? We were designed to eat prey. And so our brain functions at its best. And, I don't want to go out and eat raw meat from outside, but the, medium rare would be really nice, or, as rare as you can handle it. And get some good protein and good brain food, which again, any like red meat is what I'm getting for you here. It'll have a lot of life force energy as well. If you are a vegan, anything that you can find that is wild grown. I just picked some the other day. They're called American plums, and they're absolutely delicious. They taste like fruit should. They're very tart. They're not all sweet and full of sugar like the man-made vegetables and fruit and stuff that we consume now and call fruit and healthy. But if you can find some wild American plums, if you have those in your area, or some wild grown food. But again, meat is, if you can get grass-fed, grass-finished meat, or if you can actually hunt for this meat, that would be even better. Bison, as they're saying as well. Whew. But this is going to be nobody's going to like this message, but not nobody, but there's somebody who needs to hear this message. And so because we are all a little dysregulated, even if we haven't endured trauma, if we are not eating the proper nutrient dense foods that our bodies were designed to consume. Okay. That's enough of that. I'm going to get an energy oracle to close it up. And this is bringing up an interesting, like, there's somebody that it's like they want you to purchase it from a farmer, or if you can't go out and catch your meal, you can, by the way, you can go fishing, although they did say red meat. So if you're not a meat eater, again, trying to find something that is growing out in the wild, even if it's like dandelion or milk thistle, or just trying to consume something that is wild and growing outside. Those American plums that I was talking about, I think asparagus grows wildly out there. There are some things that aren't man-made or, modified in any way by man. And they're saying a local farmer is what they are recommending. So a local farmer that sells bison would be great if you're a meat eater, or any grass-fed, grass-finished beef, but bison would be the best opportunity or option there. And I have never had this kind of interesting stuff come through on cards before. So, let me get more. Angel of Strength. Oh, and there's one under that as well. So rest, oh baby, rest and rejuvenate. So what I was just talking about, and it's like I didn't need to pull all these cards because we already talked about all of this over here. But there is a strong need for you to make sure that you're getting enough sleep, and this kind of like earth food, or this natural food that we were designed to consume is going to help with that as well. Getting enough rest and rejuvenation. Please, at this time, don't be out trying to. I want to say that they're saying you kind of are trying to maybe hang out or party with your friends before you think you're going to be possibly sentenced for something that you didn't do. So you are trying to go out and you're not getting enough sleep and you're not eating properly and all this stuff. So there is a huge victory. I mean, I want to say victory, but it might still be that you have to go to jail, but for 5 years less or something. Um, if you can handle this with a regulated nervous system, and again, the most efficient or effective way to regulate your nervous system is by eating and consuming earth foods that we were designed to consume. Again, grass-fed, grass-finished beef would be ideal or acceptable. Bison would be ideal, or something that was not farmed. Okay, and same with the uh, well, I guess then they're saying if you can't get that, then a farm, go to an actual farmer and get earth foods from them. Anything that you can get as much of this nutrient dense food that was wildly grown. Okay. I hope this makes sense for you. And again, they're saying that the way that you handle the bad news, they're saying there is going to be some bad news that normally you would throw the towel in and start raging, right? And kind of like, it's over. So you might as well go out with a bang, is kind of the energy that I'm getting. And they're saying, please don't do that, because actually there's a difference of 5 years of if you blow up on them or if you can handle it with a regulated nervous system. I want to say that you will literally be in for barely any time, or possibly none. By the way, I don't know that they can be like, here's the verdict, you're guilty, you don't blow up, you handle it swimmingly, I want to say. And then they're like, never mind, you're not guilty, or something like that. I can't fathom that that's possible, right? Again, I'm not an attorney, so don't ever take legal advice from a tarot card reader. But they are saying if you can handle this without sabotaging it when you get whatever bad news, it might not even be a guilty verdict. It might just be that they say, we are sure you're going to be guilty, and then you blow up. It's like, if you don't blow up when they say you're sure, they're sure you're going to be guilty, you actually can sway the judges, like the very last second. This decision hasn't been made yet, right? And it's like at that very last moment when you should definitely be freaking out if you can't regulate your nervous system. If you can prove that you've regulated your nervous system, you've learned how to pause and put all your spiritual work into action, there is going to be some huge grace for you there. And then I want you to take that with you and practice that same thing out in the world. Okay. I hope this makes sense for you. One of the most important parts of this entire message is that you need to get nutrient dense food that is natural to the earth, okay, into your system, and get enough rest and rejuvenation. Okay. Get some sleep. You need to be able to these are all things that our brain was designed to. I don't care what time you sleep or even how many hours, but your body needs to feel rested. So no more alcohol, no more drugs, no more any of that stuff. There is a strong need for you to get your body in as good of shape as you can get it in to handle and regulate your nervous system when this does come along. One more push here. Okay, that's what it says. I am out. I love you so much, and I will see you in the next reading.